Hello lads and ladies, Brad the Guitologist here. In this video we're going to take a trip to the Dallas International Guitar Festival, which is a cool 12.5-hour drive from my house in Louisville, Kentucky. This will be my first trip to this show and I'm not going alone. Our old friend TJ Armstrong will be along for the ride, which will take us through Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock, and Texarkana before arriving at our destination. Once there, we'll check out a ton of high-end and vintage guitars, amps, and oddities, so grab a favorite drink, comfy chair, and let's get started. Okay, so we're leaving Nashville, or we're approaching Nashville. We're about to leave Nashville, and I've already gotten a very crappy sandwich from a gas station that was ill-advised, and we're hitting this traffic. So yay! Memphis, Tennessee.
Are you on the bridge?
Yep. Yeah.
I heard you just go boom, boom, so I figured you're on the bridge.
Yeah.
Alright, well I'm just pulling into Sarnia Produce here, so I'm gonna go get some food.
Alright, we'll talk to you soon.
And, yeah, call me back.
I will. I'll let you know when we get there.
Okay. Alright. Have fun. Have a good drive.
Alright, thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Ah, that's the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi. The old miss, the old man. Deep River.
Frankel has been representing people injured in car, truck, and motorcycle wrecks in Dallas-Fort Worth. They will get you awarded the financial compensation you deserve. They've represented people that work here at the station, and they've probably represented somebody you know. So if you're injured in a wreck, get in touch with Frankel and Frankel, Principal Office, Dallas, Texas.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent, but then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Good morning. Morning. Okay, one of the first ones in. We're gonna look around and see what kind of early bird specials we can get. I've got a guitar to trade.
Come on in, check it out.
Thanks, man.
Anything you want to see.
You put your stuff, you got stuff underneath something.
I got some business cooking.
Okay, no problem. You take it for a moment.
Okay, so you heard me say there that I took a guitar along with me, and you heard that fella say that he's got some business cooking. This is actually before the gates open to the general public. I think I got there about 9 a.m. sharp, which is when they opened up the gates to dealers, and they didn't open to the public until noon. So for about the first 3 hours, you've got just dealers and dealers, you know, trading back and forth on the stuff they have in their booths, and this will give us an opportunity to see what all's here too without really having to stumble over a bunch of people. I carried along a PRS 2002 PRS CE22 10 top with birds, and I'm hoping to sell it or trade it, hopefully to get into a Martin. That was kind of my idea when I sat off, but we'll see whether or not that ends up being what I do in the end.
Okay.
$59 D18 right there would be cool. So the PRS that I brought is probably worth somewhere in the mid-2s for trade value, I would reckon. So you know, for the most part on these 50s and 40s Martins and stuff, I'm totally dreaming, but, you know, never hurts a guy to dream, right?
We got a drip from the AC. That's uncomfortably close.
And if I had any idea at the time how bad this drip would become, I probably would have said something right on the spot, because it eventually becomes a torrent. They had these big garage doors open, and it just let all this humidity in. It's almost a flood later on, you'll see.
That's a Shenandoah.
So this is Jimmy Wallace's booth. This is the guy who founded and puts on this guitar show every year. I think this guitar show goes back at least to the 80s, maybe even before that, I'm not quite sure. But some people I talked to said they had been coming since the 80s, so I know it at least goes back that far. But some really nice Les Pauls there, 59 and a 58, both of which are worth more than my house. And just rows and rows and rows of Gibsons in Jimmy Wallace's booth here. You can see all the 335s and so forth. Just a lot of really nice guitars here.
There you go. You never have to take them off. You can shower in here. L7. I had a 40s L7 one time. I loved that guitar.
Yeah, lots of quote-unquote lesser Gibsons here to choose from, any one of which would be the pride of someone's collection. But, you know, in here, when you've got so many good ones, it's kind of hard to know even where to look or where to stop. You know, I could probably spend a whole video on each and every one of these if they hit my bench. But as it is, you know, it's just, there's a glut of stuff, man, and we're going to have to get through it all. So spending a little less time on each particular thing, but, man, lot to see here.
Japanese Sheridan for $22.59. We get to the Gretches. The P90s over here.
Okay, so this row of guitars is actually a Jimmy Wallace house brand. It didn't occur to me till later, but I just wonder whether Gibson has gone after him yet for some of these shapes. So here's a nice alembic bass. You don't see these a whole lot in my part of the country, at least. And a lot of good basses, though, at this show. EB1 here of this Gibson. It's an early EB1, probably. Just a lot of good stuff. Actually, I got in with some bass players, and this guy here is actually selling a 52 Telecaster.
How could that be? Exactly. What is it? What is it?
It's a 52.
Okay.
Serial number is...
I came back a little later in the day, and it was on display in the Jimmy Wallace booth. I believe it was the same one, so I think they ended up buying it. Okay, I know I kind of skimmed over it in real time, but that guitar on the left right there is called a Gibson Theodore. It is named after Ted McCarty, who designed it supposedly back in 1959. There's a good article in Guitar.com if you want to read more about the Theodore and the discovery of this shape, which supposedly he designed. I can look at some older shapes from a little bit later in the 60s and wonder which came first, the chicken or the egg here. I don't know. But again, this just goes to show there are only so many guitar designs out there, and somebody's got to come up with them at some point. But apparently, Ted McCarty and Tysko both invented the tulip-shaped guitar independently at different times in history, so kind of interesting.
Surprised at what these 79 Fenders hard, it's even a hardtail, or people are asking for them. Oh man, oh dude, oh dude. I'm going to end up walking out of here with another amp.
Yeah, walking past all these really nice old amplifiers, I could feel my Martin aspirations being dashed by the minute.
John.
You're familiar, fellas.
I'm familiar? No.
Yeah. The Guitologist. I've actually watched some of you.
You have?
And your exploits on the internet.
So I pretty much lost count at how many times somebody recognized me over the course of the weekend. It was quite a few, though. And, you know, it makes sense, I suppose, because this is the audience that probably would watch my videos. But, hey, if I met you at this show, you know, drop me an email. I have my email address down in the description. I'd like to keep up with some of you guys, especially those of you outside of the hotel on Saturday night in the rain. You all know who you are. Had a really good laugh with you and would like to keep up with you.
Apparently you do the same sorts of stuff.
Well, we mainly do replicas or clones of classic designs, although I am veering off of the norm somewhat.
These are your builds?
They are.
Sweet.
They are, man.
Cool, man. Some Yeah, you kind of run the gamut here, aren't you?
Well, this is just a
Blackface,
mere sampling
Yeah.
of my exploits. That being a train wreck type clone.
Yeah.
The obvious Fender type clones here.
Right. Marshall there.
That would be a JMP50
Yep.
type clone from around 77, 78 spec, as close as I could get
2204.
it, with the Jakey Lee mods.
Oh.
Courtesy of Head First amplification out of Australia. I'm sure you're familiar with that
Yeah.
Very useful information there too.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of it out there.
Well, this is Ron Jinks.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Ron.
to meet you.
Brad, Lindsay, and
Brad, in the
good to run into
flesh.
you. In the flesh.
In the flesh, my God.
I told a guy outside I met a dude, and he said the same thing. He said, I know you. He said, you're Brad. And I said, my disguise isn't working then, is it? Speaking of old fenders, an old baseman there. A couple basemen.
Oscar Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually do amp stuff.
Right.
But he just restored that. He completely, he just restored that from, it's my understanding, utter darkness.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough.
I've got a rough basement.
The black paint treatment.
Oh, and he took it. Oh, did he recover?
He completely recovered.
Recovered.
He's been recovering after for years. He does good work.
I've got one that was done black, and then somebody scrubbed most of the black off, and I think I'm going to leave it like kind of as it is, because it's only got a few like little dimples of black left.
Oh, really? You got it
So it's
off,
not that
then?
bad. You can
Yeah.
kind of see, but I think I might try a few different methods to get it off. Maybe like some wire brush. He goes after the top with a wire brush, and I don't know what the fuck is he doing. Oh my God!
If it was
And
latex,
then come in with some polish.
Yeah.
If they did it with latex, it can be done.
I don't know what
fairly
kind of paint it is. I haven't even touched the thing. I got it from a dude who he actually sent it to me to be fixed at first, and then he was like, you know, I can't remember what happened. It was like it was going to take me too long to get around to it, and he was like, well, man, I'll just sell it or something like that. We ended up, I just bought it off of him, but it's in kind of rough shape too. Ooh, it built something into that. This is one of the 80s ones. Yeah, early 80s. That. That's the big boy magnetone. They got Echo Rec. Came from Manny's, wow. boot. '70s jazz. Is this your booth, I presume?
All these massive panels.
Yeah, man, you weren't lying. You got some cool stuff.
This is my,
I saw.
You know, okay, this receipt was hiding in the top. The guy didn't tell me this. When I bought it from him, I paid a bunch of money because these things are cool as hell.
No shit. I know.
Manny's
I saw
Music.
that. I know. I saw it.
Rising Sun. Do you know who that is?
I do not know who Rising Suns is.
Okay. This is Taj Mahal and Ry
Okay.
Cooter.
No
This is Ry
shit.
Cooter's old unit. He told me, oh yeah, I got it from Ry Cooter years ago. I'm like, what?
And you had no way to really verify it until that?
Well, he didn't tell me that. He knew that, but he didn't tell me. I'm like, you just left yourself some money on the
Yeah,
sidewalk.
no shit. So this is your Boss collection, huh?
The Boss collection. I did this in like 4 years time, since 2019.
4 years, you've got every Boss pedal? Is that every one?
Every one with box and manual.
Wow.
And then those 3 that are on top are the unobtainium. You see those ones at 10 million?
Yeah.
Those were given out at a Boss party when I used to be a dealer for Boss. And then of course you gotta have the Roland Flip guitars to go with it. Might as well. This is stupid nuts.
What you really need is there. For a while they did, you know, the store displays, the stands.
Oh, I had one, but you can't drag it out here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like the Guitar Center displays and.
Right.
Boss used. That's where this came from. This is one of my store banners. That's my store banner.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
a 5,000. That's a standard Boss one. This is.
Oh yeah.
This is thanks for 5 million pedals.
Mm-hmm.
1987. This one is. Those were like 2007, the 10 million ones. This is what happens when you run a music store and you need something to do.
Right.
This happens.
You know, it's funny. I worked for a music store. It had been there since the late '70s. One time I managed it.
Yep.
We went up in the attic one time and just found all kinds of just.
Oh, I bet you cool.
I mean, and they had in the back, within the junk, you know, they had all the old
banners.
I started pulling those out and we started eBaying them.
Yeah, but you're
at one
getting
point.
crazy money.
Yeah.
Considering what they were just up in the attic.
Yep.
I might have to get this from you here in a minute. A buddy of mine might want this, and we can work a 3-way deal.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
So that was my new friend Bruce Lee. He owns this guitar store in Dallas and goes to a lot of guitar shows. But yeah, he found me outside holding my PRS and we got to talking. He was actually holding a Fender amp. That's what he was talking about. He was trying to broker a deal with another dealer to buy my guitar and sell it to them. So
What are you missing here? You got them all.
Everything. Right. That's all.
Noticing.
Digital space. Mentioned YouTube.
Lawsuit.
Lawsuit. The other one
It's impressive. You get into the 1 series at all?
No.
The DM1 and such?
I had the D1. I had the D1.
Yeah.
The BF. I sold to get some more of these things. I'm like, this is something I was doing in my spare time, and 2019 to now.
You should do the David Byrne thing where you hook them all up. And
Yes, I thought about that. I've got 100 and something batteries right below me.
with the boxes is really impressive.
Yeah. With the,
I gotta give you.
This one with the box, as you know,
It's nuts.
you can't find it. I've been watching Reverb for the last year.
Yeah.
What's the special one? I don't know much about box.
It's just the G6 didn't last that long.
This one,
Yeah.
this one, and this one are the money
They
pits.
went straight to this, which is actually
Those are the 3 kings, as we say in the money.
I know next to
I've
Jack
never
about
actually
pedals.
checked if I have them all. I mean, I think I do. I haven't done this though.
I'm going to sell a whole collection to somebody.
I think I'm missing. I'm probably missing a couple.
You're probably missing one here.
So obviously that was Josh from JHS Pedals. He just happened to walk up and was talking to Bruce about his pedal collection. But I'm actually more interested in this thing at the moment. This is a 1930s, early 1930s Vivitone, which was a company started by Lloyd Loar after he left Gibson. And he produced both acoustic and electric instruments, very early electric instruments, some of which were very, very dangerous. And you could read all about that if you like to. There's a lot of information out there about Vivitone and the Lloyd Loar forays into electric guitar. This is one of the acoustic ones, though. And as far as I'm concerned, this thing really belongs in a museum, and I'll tell Bruce that later. There actually is a Vivitone in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but it's one of the electric ones.
It'll take you a lot. I mean, 500 hours of my life at least.
That's always my argument with the collection, is that like what I would sell for is not what it's worth, because it was like 20 years of work.
Yeah, you guys know me. Anything unusual always catches my eye. And this is a Court Effector, which is one of the kind of forays by a guitar company into onboard electric effects. A killer USA Jackson Professional Rhodes there for $2,000. Those have really come up in value over time. They are a bit of a hard sell, though. You have to find the right guy, as always, with a V-shaped guitar. And continuing with the 80s theme, we got a Charvel-designed Gibson Super Strat there as well, which are kind of interesting. A 68 Bassman for $1,200. The days of scoring a silver face Fender Bassman for $400 or $600 are well over. That 63 Jaguar right there on the left looks exactly like one that I used to have. The finish will tend to rub off right there because your arm sweat will just kind of eat through the layers of clear, and then once it does that, anytime you polish the guitar, the colors start to wipe off. But that's what happened to mine. Oh man, let's see some amps. See more amps.
Yeah, that's big. Wow.
Both sides.
Oh, you said.
You got to look at love from both sides now.
Another historically interesting guitar right there. That is probably about a 1929 K Craft. They call it the Venetian. And it's really famous for being one of the first, I think it's the first guitar to ever feature an adjustable neck. I've owned one of these in the past and made a video of it. I'll put a link up there if you want to check it out.
When you're full up, take your off on that amp.
Okay.
1200 your way in the amp.
Okay, let me think about that for a
like
minute.
I said,
I just want to go around the show one time and see if I get any other offers, but no offense.
Yeah, no. I'll just pay you cash if you want to sell it to me.
What are you thinking on cash?
$2 grand.
That's a little bit lower than I want, but
Well, tell me where you want to be.
I'd want to be at like 25.
Can't get 25. 21. We're close.
22.50 and take this weight off my arm.
21 and I'll take the weight off your arm. I really will.
We're close.
Or if you don't want to lug it around, you can set it at my booth and.
That's kind of you. I appreciate that.
I mean, I've got extra space in there.
That works against your. That works against you, man.
I know it does. That's okay. I don't mind helping out. I've been around this.
No, I appreciate that. That's kind of you. I will think about it. I was wanting, man. I want to get into a decent Martin. I want to try to find somebody who will trade me into.
22. Shake my hand. Call it a day. For $50 apart. I'm gonna do it just to help you out.
I'm gonna let you make some money, man. I know you'll make something on that.
Step over here that one time.
Yeah, that's cool. If you want to look it over too, you're absolutely welcome. But it's practically mint.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna probably find a scratch maybe here or there, but it's not.
All good.
It's not beaten.
Yep. Sounds like a winner. Cool. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Cool, man. Awesome. I hope you make something on it, brother.
Less in your hands to carry around right now.
Absolutely. You definitely saved me on that.
Yep.
Man, what's the story with the Vivatone? Talk to me about it. Where'd you get it?
This one hung on Gilly's wall for like 30 plus years. Mickey Gilly, you know.
Really?
Famous bar.
Yeah.
My buddy got this out of there. Lloyd Lohr, you know, Vivatone,
Absolutely.
1935, funky cuts.
Mm-hmm.
I want to move it like.
I can understand that. That's a museum piece.
Yes, but somebody else needs to have this. You know, is it playable 100%? It needs a little TLC. Okay, fine.
Right.
$3,000. That'll move it.
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, it's cool.
To quote Harrison Ford.
Quote. But actually, that's
that one too. I know I saw this one. The first thing I saw.
Of course, the 54 scratch is so cool, but.
And well, that was the first thing I saw.
Yeah, of course. the Guild Badge Benson Echo Rec, even far more rare than the regular.
Did you see the video I made with my friend Steve? He has like 8 of those.
Yes, I saw that. I'm like, my buddy's got 2 of them, and we were comparing notes of how his differentiate. Because he's got the Benson ones. This is the Guild. I'm like, all right. Because if you don't sell it, bring it back. I'm like, okay.
He said I obviously I have first dibs on restoration on those if I want to go through one.
Good.
So maybe I'll make a video.
Some of them are transistor and some are tube. So the transistor ones are kind of pain in the.
Oh yeah.
The weird circuitry of the Italians.
But that honestly, you know, for history purposes, this you're right. This thing, that, and that Vivatone, man.
Yeah, I mean, some of these other guitars got money on them. Yeah, sure, the 54 Strat, yes, of course.
Yeah, because you can move this stuff and people will play it. But that thing right there, it does. It belongs in a museum, man. That's really, really cool.
Actually. 1790.
1790. Wow.
It's lightweight.
I know, man.
Ivory frets. Nuts.
Ivory frets?
Ivory frets.
Are they the original
ivory
frets?
Real original ivory.
No way. Ice cream cone heel.
Yeah, the whole European.
Yeah, man.
Romantic guitar. It's had some restoration in its life.
And even the hanger hole.
Even the hanger hole. Back then, what'd you do?
Yeah. And it does actually. Okay. So is that original? I wonder. I don't, because I did a.
I'm not sure if that's
I did a video trying to find out like when was the earliest, because I did a video on straps.
Yep.
And I was trying to figure out, okay, when did they start putting straps on guitars, and when did people start standing with them?
I would say it's original because they've got the block here.
Yeah. Okay.
If that wasn't there, I'd say, you know, maybe not. But I think that now is that piece original to the guitar? Maybe not. Maybe.
Right.
Could have come. Oh, but they had one in there. It might be the loud tune, but.
They got gut on it?
No, they're. He told me it was on there. It's somewhat like gut strings, but no. Real gut strings are hard to find these days.
It's definitely different.
It is definitely different. For being as old as this, it's not worth it. It's a mirror quart out of made in Paris, France. It's really had some restoration. Though. It's cool. Somebody's going to have it.
What are you looking for on it?
7,000.
7.
It's got this really nice modern case.
Yeah.
Which is great. You probably never had anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going that way.
That's all good. Very good.
Very, very cool piece.
Have you eaten breakfast?
No, I haven't.
Well, then you have now. This is a good old.
Are you feeding me too?
There.
Yeah, man, you're my new best friend, brother.
Seriously, I was like, I can't eat another one of these. I got 2 this morning. I'm like,
oh hell yeah! Chicken biscuit.
Chicken biscuit.
You serious? For Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
That's
fresh
like the
morning.
Cadillac of chicken biscuits right there, man. Thank you.
I gave
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm Tucker. I watch the channel.
Oh, right. Nice to meet you, dude.
Great, man.
Nice to meet you.
Check everything out here, man.
You're about the 4th or 5th person to approach me and say that. That always makes me feel good, man.
Nice, man. Awesome,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Enjoy the show, my friend.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Brilliant guitars over here.
Thank you, buddy.
Good Lord. Train wrecks. Wow. Sweet.
No, I'm gonna let him take a look at this.
Oh wow.
That's one of the
Oh yeah.
bases I've ever seen.
That's where it pretty much all started right there.
Yeah.
With one weird 30s exception, but we won't talk about that one.
I wanted to show you this. I just
Yeah, man. That's early.
So cool, man. It's so early.
That's the first year, right? For the precision, is it not?
You know, I don't know. I have what they call a 51 copy, so it might have been 51.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It's definitely early.
Look at all that nicotine, man.
Wow.
Just. And then look at the wood grain too. I mean, it's so pretty. You just don't get this anymore.
No.
I think this is actually a one-piece body.
It looks like it.
Yeah, you can't. The ash forests are being decimated, man. Pretty much. Ash guitars are going to be a thing of the past. Yeah. They already stopped making baseball bats out of ash.
The world just doesn't have the same woods.
Yep. Precisely.
I mean, right, we're long gone from the Adirondack spruce, right? We used all of that for World War II airplanes.
And then those prices on all that stuff went way up. Anything with ash, man, like even if it's more recent stuff, it's good to get into it now while it's still cheap. Where people realize, hey, the ash is gone. That's an amp. Oh yes.
That's an amp.
Oh yes. I know that sucker rocks. I know that does. That's one of my favorite amps.
I don't know if you've ever been in these.
Yeah.
This one here is a Express. Heather was made in '86. And this here is a Trainwreck Liverpool 30, and this is Lucy made in '93. Both these are fully built by Ken, and they actually inside here we still have a signature from Ken in here, and then on the back here is the original name from the guy, the gentleman who actually did the wood burning on the cabinet.
It's beautiful stuff.
All original tubes. These things are fully 100% stock.
Yeah, and those are the original tubes he pulled. Yeah,
these
man.
are everything that Ken shipped out these amps with are still in them. And then we have a third at home that actually was sent back to Ken, and it was retubed.
Right.
So it was again, that one's fully original, and man, these things are they're just so stellar. And
I just love the fact that somebody like me pulls stuff from old Hammonds, man, and uses it. You know.
These things are so great, and this is actually pretty cool, man. You have a pretty cool example of early Ken Fisher build and an early or later Ken Fisher build here. So early transformers, earlier parts, and these are going to be the later transformers.
Is this a triad or what?
I believe that's going to be a Stancor.
Oh, okay.
So these things, man, they rock. If we get a minute in here today, I'd like to turn them on.
Oh, that's got the 7199. Yep. Killer. This one will probably be too loud. Maybe.
They are both way too loud for the show.
For this show, yeah.
But a quick 2 minute, I think everybody will turn their heads and
be like, okay, that's a train wreck. We'll make an exception for the train wreck, right?
Yeah. They're cool, man.
Super cool.
And our partner actually is going to be back. He's actually just grabbing some coffee right now. But our partner is Holger Notzel. And Holger was actually trained by Ken. So he's an apprentice of Ken. He's actually worked with him back in the late 90s and everything. The Comet Amplification company that he now runs and is an owner on actually makes some Ken Fisher designs still. The Comet 60, the K80, the Songwriter, some of those really, really great Comet amps that they're full-blown lineage to the Trainwreck.
Yeah.
And Hoagie's gone on and actually been able to build some really, really fantastic amps that actually are very close in sound to these things, and in my opinion are fantastic amps. And you know, for what these go for in the collectability market, it's nice to have a comparison amp that, you know, can get you to the tone and
not cost you. Yeah.
Yeah, and John Mark does a great job, and all those guys do really great express builds and clones and all that stuff.
Well, maybe I'll come back by later today or tomorrow and meet him. That'd be great. Is he going to be here all weekend?
Heck yeah.
Very cool.
He's a treasure trove of info, man.
Right.
Seriously.
What's your? I hate to ask, but what's your bottom on the Gibson?
Man, I would do 2,500.
Tell you what, if it's still here at the end, toward the end of the show, man, I'll I don't want to lug the thing around, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
Jeff McElwain bought that pedal for $500. That's what she said, right? It's a Jeff McElwain.
So did you pretty much bring all your creme de la creme?
We bought some of the really good stuff.
Yeah.
We still have a Dumble at home. We didn't bring that.
Right.
It's going to be hitting the market here shortly, and then
your overdrive special?
Yes, sir. Yep. We got a broadcaster, a no-caster, and some other stuff at home. And,
yeah.
But we're in the process, man, of building a storefront out at our property. We're a little bit unique. We're located on a 3,000-acre exotic game range.
Oh, wow.
So we've got zebras running around and eland antelopes, and I mean.
So multiple attractions then.
Yeah. So it's
super cool.
It's a fun time, and we're building a building out there to actually have a storefront to show all this stuff.
Right.
So people will be able to come out and they can actually stay. We can host up to 30 people, and they can stay for a week at a time or do whatever they like.
Very cool. Well, all right, brother. Thanks.
Come around whenever. Man.
All right.
There you go. Sorry, man. Can you remember the condition of the bridge plate, John? Oh, okay. There you go.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Morning. Making a documentary?
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, there you go.
Wow, look at that old. Look at both of those. Wow.
Yeah, it's an old.
You don't see those too often. Refresh my memory. Are those English or are they Crucianelli made? Italian?
This one's Italian. If it was English,
Okay.
it'd be 3,500.
Yeah. It's very cool. You still don't see them very often.
No. And then we have the original Crucianelli.
Yeah.
With the original Goya hard shell case that they came with.
Wow, you kidding me?
No.
That's cool. Nice touch. Oh, that's actually a Crucianelli labeled.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You don't see that too often either.
Yeah, that was a European home market.
Yeah. Right on. Some cool pieces, man.
We try.
Yeah.
Thank you. That represents America.
I had one of these one time too, man. I think I remember the pickups being really underrated. Like nobody talks about them, but those are great. Those are great.
Yeah, we're very good friends with Matt and Johnny Nelson from Nelson. And they said that Ricky did that. Always had one of those in the house, and that was the bass he recorded with.
Ricky Nelson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Always had a deck of basses.
I'm not a bit surprised. The one I had, I remember it sounded really great. How's it going? Where did you find that stripper soloist?
Got it from the stripper.
Really? Are you joking?
I got it from a local guy out here that collects Jackson guitars.
Right on.
Figured it brings some interest to the booth, you know.
Sure. That's not factory paint, is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
They did that factory?
Show 2007.
Oh, okay. I'll be damned. Yeah, it makes sense that it's a NAMM guitar.
Yeah.
I'll go down. That's the thing about me, I'll go down.
How you doing?
Hey, bro.
Good to see you again.
Dude.
What's up, man?
You sleep all right?
Yeah, I slept like a baby.
Wake you up, man.
No, I didn't. I was already actually awake when he came in. Oh, these old husbands. Wow. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. Look at this thing. Look at this kid. That's a beautiful fucking drum kit. Hey, how are you doing? You picked up the same one I picked up yesterday. Yeah, I know it.
You making a documentary?
Yeah, a little bit of one. Seeing where prices are and seeing what everybody's got. Man, I'd love to take that 50 Martin home. Yeah, it is, I bet.
Alright guys, so that'll do it for part one. I'm having to split this into 2 parts because it's just really long. I got a lot of footage while I was here. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, make sure that you see part 2 of this. We have some more really awesome instruments in part 2. I haven't even gotten through half of this thing yet. So definitely subscribe to see that. And for now, we'll see y'all later.